So this is Marvel's Contest of Champions. It's a game where you build your own team using Marvel heroes and villains that they call champions, and you progress through the storyline. I stopped playing for a long time and recently got back into it basically almost every time a new movie comes out. And I don't have many hobbies, so I figured it would be a good one for me to make a commitment to this game and play as often as I am able. Um, so I don't play a lot, so I haven't progressed very far into this game. But I thought it would be fun to share my journey with my champions, because there are moments in games that you wish you could capture, and the next second they're gone from existence. So this way I can also look back and view my progress. So I finished Act 2, Escalation, and now I'm moving on to Act 3, which is Endgame. So I haven't looked at this at all, so this will be the first time I'm actually looking through this section of the game, so it should be pretty fun. So Chapter 1, Shadows Revealed, and apologize if you're not familiar with the story that's happening, but a lot happens and it's a lot to explain. But if you're watching this, you're probably pretty familiar, so we'll go ahead and start. Let's see. Wow, so six areas to go through. Okay, so a new foe. Let's see, so these are the champions that I've acquired. So I basically just always use the strongest champions I have, regardless, because the recommended total is only 3,000. So that's not a very high level. So yeah, I just basically pick the first 5 strongest champions I have. Unless, of course, I feel like switching it up. Like, no. I'm gonna switch out Venom. I really like Venom. It's my favorite character, so I don't mind. I have 2 cosmic types, which is what that little planet symbol is, because they're not really types, but if you want to relate it, it's kind of like Pokemon. Each champion has a certain type or archetype they belong to, and you can see that with the little symbols right next to the power level on the champions. So Gamora and Venom are both cosmic, which I don't mind because they're strong. So even if there's champions whose types are stronger than theirs, at this point in the game, it doesn't really matter based on their level. So let's save that. And on the bottom left, enemy classes, it sees what type of, or that's what they're called, classes. You can see what kind of classes are in this level. And the one to the left of what's highlighted would be the strongest against the one to the right. So here we have the details that actually shows that. So then we have the mystic type and the science type, I think it is, or class. God, I keep saying type. Okay, and then the rewards. So completion is if you proceed all the way through one time, because there are different paths to take. Exploration is when you've actually gone through every single path and the level's been completed 100%. So for the sake of these videos, I'll just be going through at one pass, so there's a completion reward. But of course, in my spare time, I will do the exploration and receive those rewards as well. Okay, so we're gonna begin this quest. Let's see. So we have the Collector and Thanos. Congratulations, Summoner, which is who I am. You have vanquished Kang the Conqueror, but something else has also been eliminated. your alliance with Thanos. Meet your new opponent, Summoner. The contest has evolved. Now you face me in the Battle Realm. Okay, the Battle Realm is basically the levels, everything that this game takes place in. It's not even that long. But yeah, so like in the comics, the champions are all taken from their universe and pretty much forced to battle each other, which is why you have heroes fighting heroes and villains fighting villains. So this is where you start here, the glowing blue part, and you move on to the green sections, and that's how you proceed. Thanos will occupy the position vacated by Kang. It seems your partnership was inconsequential to the Mad Titan. The circumstances have changed, and so must I. Enough pomp. On to the battle. Okay, so looks like we have Juggernaut. And on the left, the champions, the red arrow shows which class would be weak against this Juggernaut class, which is he's a Mystic class. And down towards the bottom, I have Sentry right there. Has a green arrow, which as you can see in the details, means that he has a class bonus against the Mystic type. So again, with these levels, it doesn't really matter, but it does give you a little bit of a good advantage regardless. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with that since I have it as an option. Begin the fight, reload, and then we battle. So I'm not very good at games like this. I don't have a lot of strategy, so I basically just punch whenever I can, and on a rare occasion I do develop some strategy sometimes. Okay, so at the bottom are boosts of power. There are 3, so as you fight you gain energy, and each bar, like what Juggernaut just did, reveals a certain kind of attack bonus. So I'm not going to use that right now since this battle's almost over. As you can see, Juggernaut is at 4%. But I will demonstrate those when there's a little bit more time, because this game can be pretty fast-paced sometimes. So I did succeed. Those are my rewards. Got some stats at the bottom. Okay. Now, sometimes these levels are more advanced and they have like way more forks than this. So I'm just gonna proceed in one direction. Okay, so there's a bonus reward. And looks like be going against Captain America. So here we have Black Panther receives a class bonus. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this champion. And then as soon as a bar becomes filled up with energy, I will demonstrate that. Okay, so there's the first one, it's green. Captain America just used his, so I will use mine. So these attacks can't be stopped unless you block prior to them beginning. So you have to watch out for that, because if you make it all the way to the second bar, which is stronger than the first one, but the opposing champion blocks, it's basically useless. It does a little bit of damage depending on your champion's level, but for the most part it won't do as much damage. So very cunning Thanos band together with the summoner in order to gain Kang's position, battling against the summoner for the Isosphere. The Isosphere, and perhaps much more, Maestro. So apparently this Maestro character, which was revealed at the end of the last act, is a different version of the Hulk, who's basically become a villain. Okay, so we have Scarlet Witch, and because I did not pay attention the last time, Sentry is at low health, so I'm gonna go ahead and heal him. You have individual potions here, and then team potions. When a champion faints or their health is depleted, there's also revive orbs that you can use. But because no one here has been defeated, those aren't being shown. It's just the potions. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, even though it's not a long level, I'm just gonna fully restore his health. And see, Scarlet Witch, a Mystic class. Okay. So underneath the health bar, there are little circles that appear. Those are specific bonuses that the champion has based on their level and where they're at in the game. So I don't know all the details of those. You have to look at the champion details to see what those actually mean and what they do. But they basically help as a bonus so the champion can, proceed and have an advantage. So this green box with the planet inside, which is the symbol for the cosmic class, they throw those in there so you use a variety of champions. So I have 2 cosmic characters, so that's no problem for me. But you would have to at least have 1 on your team. Otherwise, you will not be able to go through this path on the level. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through there in case when I do this again I want to switch it up and not use Cosmic Class. But since I have them now, I'll just proceed that way. So we have Hulk, which is, I believe that's Science Class. And I will go ahead and back to use Black Panther, which is, I want to say fight or combat, but I'm not exactly 100% sure because again, I don't play this game as often as maybe like a real gamer or a fan would. But, I play how I play, so we'll start that. Okay, so I'm not sure what year this Black Panther costume is from, because certain characters have different versions, like there's a Thor Ragnarok Hulk and a Civil War Black Panther. So this isn't the original costume, because that one I remember from the comics, it's just straight black. So I'm not sure what year that is supposed to be from exactly. Okay, so that's pretty fast and easy. I do like the gold on it though. Okay, so there are my rewards and my stats, which I don't pay too much attention to. It doesn't matter to me. So now we'll continue there. Okay, how does it feel, Summoner, betrayed by the Mad Titan? The contest never ceases to fascinate. 1, 2, 3, 4 stars. Okay, so that's a pretty decent champion. These aren't characters you can get in the game. They're kind of like basic villains that you fight throughout the game. They're called Adaptoids. So here I will choose Sentry because he has a class bonus against this Adaptoid, and the level of stars shows how strong a champion this is. So they go from, I think they have 1 star, 1 stars to, see, 6, but I haven't seen any 6, so I think that's fairly new to the game, but definitely 5. My Nebula is a 5 stars. That's the only one I have and the strongest champion I have. So this Adaptoid has 4 stars, which is pretty strong because as you progress, the game starts off simple with 2s and then goes to 3s, and I'm assuming eventually 4s. So right now they're at 3s. So I'm lucky that I have obtained a couple of 4-star champions because they can be a little difficult, especially if you don't put any money into this game, which you can use real-world purchases to progress, which I don't do very often because I'm not too concerned. Only if I need like a boost in coins or gold to proceed quickly, I might do that. Okay, so when a champion blocks like that, if you hold down the attack, not button, because I use my phone, so if I hold down on the right side of my phone, you have a little boosted punch or attack that breaks through that block. And then of course if you hold the left side down, then you're able to block. Okay. But when you hold down the attack section to progress through and fight through their block, it does take a second. So if the game is paying attention, or if you're playing against someone online, they do have a split second where from their blocking they could proceed to attack you and then you can't block. So it's kind of a bit of a risk, but if you feel confident, you know, it's not that bad to do. So here, let's say we have the final champion to defeat, which is Iron Fist. Bring your friends, bring an army. I'm a fearsome fighter from the Temple of Kunlun. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not sure. Okay, so another mystic type. So I will just go with Sentry again. Okay, so that's a parry. If you block a champion right as they attack you, you can stun them, basically. So it gives you an extra moment to attack. And there we go. Oh, there's the... saw the Tesseract in the background, and maybe the Time Stone? Okay, so there's a milestone reward. A new foe, 71% explored, so completion, these are my rewards. Got some gold, some ISO 8s, which level up your champions, and some crystals. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next round here. I am the Maestro. This is my contest. Now, fight. Okay, so at the beginning of the game, you did not, there's another reward there. You did not really know who was organizing this contest, but apparently it is an evil version or villainous version of the Hulk. Okay, so I see here next to Iron Fist there is a Mystic Gateway. Since I do not have a Mystic champion, it's red, so I cannot proceed in that direction. So I will go ahead and continue going left. See. Summoner, now you know it has been my privilege to run this contest on behalf of the Maestro. Enough talk, to the next battle. Okay, so looks like Iron Fist again, so... After you complete a level, your champions regain health. It's only during the same period that you fight where they don't regain health automatically, so you have to heal them yourself. In the beginning of the game, that was a very big problem for me. I was always right in the middle of a quest or level, and my champions would die or lose health. So I'd be constantly healing them, and then of course I would run out of healing items and basically start all over. So there's an example of a champion blocking while you're doing your special attack. And there, that's much better. See, I wasn't too fond as Sentry of a character, because I'm not very fond of his character in the comics, but, you know, it's not a decent fighter in this game. A little slow to me, but I'm getting used to him. Okay, so now we have an Adaptoid. So again, there's a lot of mystics in this level, so I'll go with Sentry again. And this is honestly probably the most I've ever used Sentry, honestly. But as I said, I'm getting used to him. I don't mind him as a character. Okay, there's that powered up attack. He just used his, and I did not block. Okay. There's the first power up. So it's kind of tricky because as you attack the opponent, yeah, their bars go up as well. So that's why after every time I have an attack available, I use it. Because once they get to all 3 bars, that's their ultimate attack. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but it's kind of like a cutscene. So the champion attacks you with their special move, but it's a cutscene, so you can't block, you can't attack. It basically just happens. So if you're at a certain level of health, like maybe, depends on how strong their attack is too, half or below, they can basically take a character out. So I notice in versus, a lot of people actually try to lower your health. So by the time they're at full power, they can take you out with the one attack. And I've been trying to do that as well. So here we have Captain Marvel and one of the costumes she has. I think there's like 3 or 4 different Captain Marvels you can get in this game. So she's a cosmic class, and Mystic would be strong against her type, or her class. I don't have one on my team right now, so let's see. Normally it would suggest the strongest champion, but since Nebula, I think that's a tech class, even though my Nebula is a lot stronger than this Captain Marvel, because of the class, it goes back to my second strongest, which is Nebula. Because here, she has a class disadvantage, so they don't suggest using her. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with Nebula, because I haven't used a lot of these champions so far. Okay, so there's a parry, because I blocked right as she attacked. Okay, that was my block break move. There we go. Okay. And that's one of her power attacks, and oh, I didn't have a chance to use Nebula's. She basically just hits you with her sword. Okay, my rewards. Those crystals unlock different rewards. So it's like a reward and a reward, kind of. I employed the collector to assemble these champions, and one such as yourself, summoner. So far, you do not disappoint, but beware, I bore easily. Okay, so now we're going against Thor, who again would need a Mystic. Okay, now it's suggesting Nebula based on health. So even though she has a class disadvantage, because she's the strongest character with the highest health, they're suggesting her. But so I've used everyone except her and Venom. I'll go with Venom. Oh god, ignore that. Again, I'm doing this on my phone, so I might get notifications. Let's see. So I really love Venom as a character. I always have. So as soon as I got this champion, I was so excited, and I basically have used him ever since. And he's a pretty strong champion. I mean, I don't have that much experience, but again, that was a text message, so ignore that. So some attacks do stun the opponent, which is what Thor just did to me. Okay, he's blocking, go through that, and then, see, that's an attack that could stun, but I blocked through it. I will use Venom's second power-up attack, and there we go, finished. Oh god, there's so many notifications. I guess I could turn those off, but this kind of makes it real in the moment. Because when I do play on my phone, of course, I get interruptions like that. Okay. Not too many more to progress through. We have another Juggernaut. There's another Mystic. Jeez. I guess there's like a theme here. Juggernaut is a pretty strong character, so despite the level difference, I am going to heal Sentry. Just to be safe. God, and that Unstoppable is an ability that I do not like. You basically cannot attack the opponent until that wears off. And it does pop up several times during this battle. Okay, power up. Oh god. Yeah, see, I'm not very good at this. Or maybe it's just Sentry. It could be Juggernaut. See, blocking, I did not pay attention, so that basically did nothing. Oh, damn. See, I did that the wrong time. Again, the wrong time. Sometimes champions don't block as fast, and you can get away with that. But obviously not this time. Okay, good job for Sentry. Some rewards there. Okay, Black Bolt or Drax. That's who those characters are. I'll go and I'll fight Drax. Let's see, the Battle Realm. This contest, it exists because I say so. Very well put, Maestro. We battle at your pleasure. Okay, don't really feel that added much to the storyline. Okay, so I've used all the characters. Nebula. Last one. I really like what Marvel has done to Nebula as a character in the movies, the MCU. So I'm glad they have this version of her, because I think if they had the version of her from the comics, no one would know who the heck she is. Like, even when I saw Drax, I barely realized who that was, because the comic version is pretty different from what they've done in the movies. I wish they would do a movie version of certain characters. There is no aggression I cannot subvert. Reality itself dances at my fingertips. Okay. Nah, I won't go with Sentry. I'll go with Nebula again just to finish this. And there's a parry. I think that's fairly new in the game, because I think I just discovered that recently. And there we go. Yeah, 5-star is definitely a lot stronger than a 3-star champion. Okay, my rewards, stats there. And there we go. Introduction, 62% explored. Quest completion rewards. Chests that were on my path. Okay. So we have a lot of rewards to go through. So as you can see, I've gone through Act 1, 2, and then we have level 3 power source. So it looks like Cyclops will be basically the boss in that level. So at the very top here shows you storyline milestones. So as you proceed, you unlock rewards. So I think once I finish this act, these are the rewards I will gain. I'm not sure what all of those are, but it does give little descriptions. Okay. So down here, the clipboard shows different they're like quests you can complete, and they're called Summoner's Journey. So like this one at the top, win 6 fights in the 3 versus 3 arena against a 5-star or above champion, and your reward is 30,000 in gold. So I've done, looks like quest 1 completion. Complete Act 3 Chapter 1 Quest 1. So yeah, done that. So these are my rewards right there. Some ISO 8s, crystal shards, and those lightning bolts are energy refills, because you have to have energy to play this game, and once you're out, you're out. So you have to either buy in game more energy refills, or if you wait, they give you a time until when your energy will be refilled, so you can just wait. So it's a good way to, okay, I played this long, so now I think I'll take a break and wait for that energy to refill and play my game again later. So I will claim those rewards, and there we go. Oh, also look like I got rewards for a quest 2 completion, of course. So I guess they do that after you complete a quest. Okay, so here at the top where I have a 10 are in the crystal section. So these are the different type of crystals you can get. Here, the quest crystal free contender crystal, daily contender, greater gold, premium, arena. Those are options that will always be there, and here you can purchase crystals with money, or not money, but it's the system that you earn in the game. Top right, you can say I have 69, so that wouldn't be enough to get any of these crystals. And other things like the quest crystal are ones that you earn during quest, obviously. And these two at the top, Techno Organic Crystal and Crystal Shard Crystal, seems redundant. Those are things that appear randomly, so they do have a time limit. Looks like 16 hours. Those will disappear, and after that 16 hours there could be a different kind of crystal option that appears, or it might take a while. So here are crystal shards you earn during the game. So see, you earn 15,000 of these crystal shards, and you have the chance to win a 5-star hero crystal. Okay, and these are some of the options here on the left that you can unlock. And see, they have 6-star heroes, premium hero, 3-star hero, 4-star, 5-star, and 6-star there again. So the red is how many I have of each, so not a lot. And then you have special, which can be a special event crystal, or basically items that help you in battle. Okay, so quest crystals, I'll open those. There are 10. You can drag them each one by one to the center, and then they spin around, and it has the options at the bottom, and then you click or tap on the crystal, it opens. But also on the bottom right, there's open 10 crystals. When you're in a hurry or don't feel like spending a lot of time, you can just hit that, and it'll open all of them at once, and there you can see the rewards you gain. So there's 7, 8, 9, 10 rewards I gain. So since I have a lot of these ISO 8s, which upgrade your champions, I'm going to go ahead and do that now and demonstrate what that is like. So here we have all the champions I have earned during this game. The first 5 have kind of a grayed out arrow next to their image. Those are champions that can be leveled up. So here's all the info here. You go to upgrade, level up. So normally you would tap on these ISO 8s, and there's a bar underneath your champion that can be leveled up. So it looks like this Gamora is leveled up to a certain level, so can't go any further. So to raise its rank from 3 to 4, you need these items. So I have tier 1 alpha, tier 3 cosmic. It looks like I need at least 2 more tier 4 basic catalysts, and then at the bottom it has a gold amount which you pay, because I have, see, 472,000, so that wouldn't be a problem, and that will unlock the next rank to your champion, and then you start leveling up again. So I need to do that for Gamora, Sentry, Black Bolt, and Venompool, and Night Thrasher. So I need stronger champions, so what I'm going to do is to start leveling up my 4 stars, because I don't collect 2 stars, just 3 and above, and the champions I like the most I power up more. So I do need stronger champions for when I go to arena battles and face people online, because there are a lot of people that are way more advanced, and I would at least like a chance to gain some rewards. So it looks like my lowest 4-star is Massacre. I'm not too familiar with him, so I'm going to go ahead and go with Guillotine. Okay. So she's at level 6 out of 10, and then I can rank her up. So if you look to the left, next to her attack power or battle number, you have her class symbol and then her rank out of 5. So she can get rank up 5 times, as you see on the left. And right now she's only at rank 1, so not a very strong 4-star champion. So I'm going to go ahead and select these, because I do have a lot. At least one level. Okay. So I paid 1,000. She's up a level. Let's see if I can go ahead and do that for Domino, my next 4-star. So she's 4 out of 10. Let's try at least to get her to 5. There we go. Okay. So then we have Hella, next 4-star champion. So 7 out of 10, so she's pretty strong. See if we can get her to... Oh, shoot. It's fine. She's at 8. I do kind of like to do this evenly. I should focus on certain champions, but I do like to try and do this evenly because I don't want to fall too behind with certain characters or champions. So now we have Rogue. It's at 7, and now she's at 8. Okay. So then after Rogue, Nebula here. 1 out of 35. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot to level up Nebula, but because she's 5 stars and there aren't any 5 stars I'm facing against in the game, I'm not too concerned about Nebula. So then we'll go to my higher champions. Actually, no, I'll do Massacre. Massacre can get some love. See, 1 out of 10. So I'll go 2. So that's something. And then let's see. Who would I like? You know, I really do like the Symbiote Supreme, who is the ruler of Venom's planet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give him one of those. How much did I raise? 1 whole level? Almost 2. Jesus. So I'll do that. See, his rank, he's 3 out of 4. So already he's completely powered up almost. It's one of the closest champions I have to being powered up. I do have one that's closer though. Let's see. Venom, I believe. Yeah, 4 out of 4 rank. 23 levels out of 40. I'll give Venom one of those. Okay. So that's that process. Go back to fight. Oh, so on the bottom right, do you have a check mark? Looks like an accomplishment. So a new one, not a finished one, but a new one in the Science Arena battle. So I don't really look into these very much. Whatever I accomplish, that's great, but I don't actively seek these out just because that's just not how I play the game. So we'll go back to story. So I will go ahead and do one run through of Power Source. I will break it up a little bit. I'll move Venom. I almost brought in Hella, but I want to bring in another type of class. So I'll bring in Rogue. Okay. Begin quest. Fascinating. The Maestro powers the Isosphere. He made the Battle Realm. The contest is his creation. His power must be nigh infinite and now trapped with me. Okay, so how long is this? Not too long. Okay. Let's see, so we have Storm. The Maestro commands massive amounts of raw power. Oh shoot, I realized I just hit skip, so I'm not sure if there was more to that. Okay, so attack is greater than mutant. That's what that DNA symbol stands for. So I'll go ahead and use Nebula against Storm. I do have a Storm. It's not as high a rank as this Storm, but I'm getting there. Here's Nebula's first power-up attack. Pretty long and kind of overkill considering how strong she is, but I wanted to show that and get that out of the way. Okay. Which way? I don't feel like fighting that Adaptoid, so I'll go with the next mutant. And here's one issue. Energy refill. I do have some available, so I will go ahead and do that. The top center shows the amount of energy. As you progress, it shows you how much you used. So I did not realize I had used that much already. Otherwise, normally I probably would have stopped and then started another recording. Just so there's not as many interruptions. So I blocked, parried, and it's finished already. So Nebula wins. Some rewards and stats. Looks like Wolverine did not get a chance to hit me, and I beat him with one combo. Okay, sometimes it takes a second, depending on your signal. Ah, the Isosphere. The prize for which they think we battle. How quaint. The power of the Maestro dwarfs 1,000 Isospheres. So he's claiming to be pretty strong. I don't think there's a Maestro character available, so that could happen in the future. I don't see why they wouldn't. It would be fun. Okay. So Gamora and Iron Man. This is the basic Iron Man costume. There's armor. There's actually quite a few options for Iron Man. There's even Norman Osborn version, which is the Iron Patriot, which I do have. Okay, continue there. Ooh, it's like Deadpool. The presence of the Maestro has increased the stakes of this contest. His power must be mine. Okay, another mutant, so I guess the last one was predominantly... It could have something to do with the boss champion at the end, I'm assuming now. Deadpool's a fun character. Okay, wow. Parried him, knocked him out. Some rewards there. Let's see, which way do I want to go? I'll just go straight, since I have that class of champion. I'll break through that gate, so I have to worry about it next time. And looks like Star-Lord. I also have a Star-Lord. The rank is not as high. But as you progress through the storyline, you earn a lot of Isospheres. So, plenty of opportunities to raise the rank of all my champions. Okay. Yep, 2 more mutants, so I'll use Nebula. Why not? Colossus. I have Colossus. Sluggish, but he's pretty good. And a little overkill. I will do that again. Oh, actually perfect. And finally, Cyclops. I've trained mutants tougher than you. Let's call this my morning workout. Wow, that's pretty cocky. So this costume I think is the new mutants version for Cyclops. Again, I'll go with Nebula. And if you look at his status bar on top, so new Xavier School is what it is. I like the original blue and yellow costume. I wasn't too big a fan of this one at first, but I'm beginning to like it. That was a lot of experience points. Okay, power source, 51% explored. 6 crystals, okay. Not so bad, so I will stop this here. And the next recording I do, I'm not sure what kind of process I want to do this in. But I will upgrade my champions off screen. And I guess for the next recording, I will do the next 3 quests. So until then, I will go back to the first 3 and complete those, and if I receive any champions from that, I will share. But yeah, so next time I will start on quest number 4, Transcended. So that's Colossus. Looks like there will be a lot more mutants to fight. Alright, thank you for watching.